Hi, folks, and welcome back to another Moviehooker podcast. And for this little episode, I want to have a little bit of a rant here about Netflix, and their pros and their fucking cons. Does their good outweigh the bad? Um, so I'm just going to get straight on. These are all just my own thoughts here and what I think of the fucking streaming giants. Now, I guess I'll start with their pros. I do think that Netflix have. Oh my god, I'm sorry if you can hear my ducks. Like, I've been trying to record this and just quack, 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 quack all fucking day. And they've been fucking fed loads. So, they're not hungry, they're just being assholes. But anyway, the pros that Netflix have, I think, okay, there isn't a lot of them. Okay, you can get to watch instant movies, instant TV series. You can also binge the entire series in one go. They also have allowing directors to have as much creative control as they possibly want, whereas studios really tie you down and you're not allowed to do a lot of stuff because it affects box office sales, and the more PC that you make it, then the more asses that you will get on fucking seats. I also really like their investment into South Korean television, in the not so much South Korean films, but there is a few there. I do believe that it's because of Netflix that South Korea has cinematically exploded into the whole world, and it's been something I've been trying to say for a long, long fucking time, how good South Korean cinema is. And so yeah, I really thank Netflix for the likes of like Sweet Home and Squid Game and DP and fucking The Guest, Cursed, Taxi Driver, It Goes, Strangers from Hell. The list goes. The list is pretty much fucking endless. They have more K dramas on Netflix UK and Ireland than they probably do in fucking Korea. But if that's all, I think that is the only fucking pros that I can think of with Netflix. So let me reiterate these pros again. I do like that you get to watch something straight away, but that's an old, Netflix is years old, so it's not really a pro anymore. It's just how it is now. Um, I also like that you're able to, as a serious cinemaholic or cinematic holic or just a cinema nut. I fucking love that I could sit in my fat ass for 12 hours straight just doing nothing but eating and watching some fucking crime series and getting fat as fuck. So Netflix, thank you for that. And I also love that they give you some creative control, a lot more than a lot of studios would if you're releasing movies in the cinema. And last but not least, I do love that the investment that they've had in the South Korean TV shows and films. So yeah, that is the pros. Okay, and now on to what I believe are the cons of Netflix. The bad things about Netflix. So yeah, I think one of the most important things for me is when you're watching a movie. Let's say it's a really heavy movie, it's a war movie, a lot of people have died in it, and it's left you like fucking a lot to digest. The credits start to roll, and you just think, oh my god, this was one of the hardest movies I've ever tried to watch. You are completely emotionally distraught, and boom, Netflix just goes, why don't you try one of these movies? New Adam Sandler film here, go for it. And you're like, what the fuck are you even doing to me right now? It's hard to explain, but it doesn't give you time. Netflix does not give you time to digest what you have just watched. To give you some time to think about it, and before you know it, it's just going, boom, here, try this suggestion. It's like, no, Netflix, I do not want to try your new fucking Adam Sandler movie. Now, when I say new Adam Sandler movie, I have to specify that it's not recent Adam Sandler. I actually quite like an old movie of his called Rain on Me or Rain Over Me with Don Cheadle, and I also love Uncut Gems. So it's no disrespect to Adam Sandler there, but he has a lot of fucking annoying movies. And yeah, so that is one of the cons. And it really seems that Netflix have, what do you call it? There's like that little animated, is it called like Big Boss Baby or something? I don't know. But it just really seems like it has like someone like that in a control room with a big red button and a big green button. That is the only fucking buttons, and they're able to cancel or green light shows as if there's no tomorrow. You know, like some shows are getting cancelled before they've even had a chance to flourish. Some shows have just been left in limbo. They have the option to pick up, like say Hannibal, and finish fucking Hannibal, and they don't fucking do that. They have the option to even just give us a season fucking 3 of Mindhunter. They don't do that. But hey, they've got 100 million fucking quid to throw at Zack, about Zack Snyder's fucking Army of the Dead. You know, it was like fucking 90 something million. Not only that, but now they've got Army of Thieves, the prequel to Army of the Dead. Okay, there was very little zombies in it, but it's still a fucking prequel to Army of the Dead. And there's going to be more in the Army of the Dead franchise. I know we're getting one called Lost Vegas this year, which is an animated prequel that takes us back to the start of the zombie infection. So yeah, it's not like they don't have fucking money. It's like they're very, very picky. Now, to be honest, with Mindhunter, I hear that the next season is going to be going into like Charles Manson or Ted Bundy. And you know something? Listen, I've fucking seen all that shit far too many times. I don't really care about Ted Bundy or Charles Manson anymore. And to be perfectly fucking honest, I really, really think it's going to be very fucking hard to top the fucking first serial killer in Mindhunter, who was played by Cameron Britton, if I believe I am right here. Cameron Britton, who played the serial killer Ed Kemper. Without a doubt, the best portrayal of a serial killer I have ever seen, the most authentic. And I went and watched all Ed Kemper's interviews after watching Mindhunter, and I was just blown away at Cameron Britton's performance. His voice, his mannerisms, his fucking everything was just identical to Ed Kemper. So like, I think I really liked that because I really had no idea who Ed Kemper was. I'm so fucking, like, Charles Manson and Ted Bundy have been fucking glorified by American audiences and for fucking decades, you know, and that's all it is. I really don't want to see anything else with Charles Manson or Ted Bundy again, because yeah, I've seen it far too many fucking times. Bring back Ed Kemper. If you're not going to greenlight a season 3 of Mindhunter, then fucking make a feature-length episode with Cameron Britton as Ed Kemper, because I would watch the fuck out of that. So yeah, Netflix, stop cancelling shows before they have a chance to flourish. You know, I think that's horrible, because, you know, these people might have some really, really good stories, but they have to tell a certain story to get to that certain point, and they can't even get there because Netflix push the big red button and say, nope, yous are gone, see yous fucking later. Netflix are on about, you know, cracking down on password sharing. Now, you know, what the fuck is password sharing in the first place? I use my brother's account. My brother uses my fucking Amazon account. We can't afford all these streaming services, but my brother's Netflix is kept within the family, and that's in 3, maybe 4 households, and that's it. He pays for the unlimited. I pay for the Amazon fucking Prime, and they get to use my account. You know, there's absolutely nothing to do with that. So you're talking about raising the prices and introducing ads. Why don't you just introduce some fucking add-ons? Have a look at what other subscription services, streaming services are doing, and follow them. You know, I've like, talking about fucking physical stores again, man, there was nothing I liked more than going to, I fucking worked in video stores for nearly fucking 20 years, man, and every time I'd go on holiday, the first place I would go into would be a video store, just to check out what the fuck they had, and to maybe have a conversation with an actual human being. And I, for one, hate not being able to buy. Of course, you can still buy the physical copy, but it's usually you're buying shit online now. You don't have that browsing experience. I for one fucking loved talking to customers, man. I fucking loved, and I had so many regular customers because I was so passionate about it. I was like fucking Jack Black in fucking what do you call that fucking John Cusack fucking record store movie? High Fidelity? Is it High Fidelity? I'm not even sure. I think it might be High Fidelity. Well, I'm that sort of person in a video store that, if you come up and you buy a movie, I'd be like, here, what the fuck are you buying that for? They'd be like, why, I heard it's good. I says, no, man, that is the biggest pile of shit, but I will show you what's good. And I wouldn't even call it a sales technique, but I was a fucking great salesman because I wasn't lying. I wasn't trying to upsell, but people knew I fucking knew my shit about movies, and that's how I sold stuff, having actual conversations with actual customers. And then when payday came, I went to, to my little locker that I had all my stuff, and I bought so many fucking movies on payday, man. It was just ridiculous. I was getting paid to work in the store, and I was spending a lot of my paycheck in that fucking store once I got paid. Because, I'd have these DVDs, man. They wouldn't even get to the house. I wasn't driving at the time. They wouldn't even get to the house. I'd be sitting on the back of the bus. I'd have the DVD open. I'd be reading it. I'll be reading it inside and out. And then, you've got these awesome fucking things. May they rest in peace. Called special features. Where if you really, really like the fucking movie, you can, watch the director's commentary. You can watch a making of, you can watch deleted scenes, how the storyboards are written, just all these beautiful, beautiful things that Netflix do not fucking have. I love the little independent movies on Netflix, like, Mac and Blair's fucking I Don't Feel at Home in This World Anymore. I would love to be able to fucking watch a making of or some deleted scenes or interviews about that movie, but Netflix are not giving us the option. Now, yeah, I know some fucking TV shows get their own, special episode. Ozark was the most recent one, the making of Ozark or the journey of Ozark, I don't know. But what I'm on about is an add-on service for a couple of fucking quid extra a month, and you can watch special features for the movie that you've just watched or the series that you've just watched. I know, would you, if you're listening to this, would you pay an extra few quid if you were able to access all those special features, maybe like a DVD commentary, or a movie commentary now, because it's not a DVD anymore, and, deleted scenes? Would that be something that you would be into? Because I fucking miss buying the physical copies. I miss that, connection, that personal connection that I always had with cinema. It's just not there with the streaming services. Now, last but not least, I guess, this is probably the biggest annoyance fucking I have in Netflix, is that sometimes you just realise that so much time has just went by and you have been spending half the night fucking browsing their entire library trying to find something to watch, and you cannot find absolutely fucking anything. And I mean, I go seriously deep into searches now, because I know exactly what's all in my newsfeed. I like everything. I rate everything I watch, to improve the algorithm on my timeline. I do know that my Netflix is completely different to some of my friends' Netflix because I watch primarily Asian content on Netflix, But sometimes you'd be sitting there for 2 hours, well, something like that, browsing, cannot find anything to watch. And then, also what I also do, if I can't find anything, I'll just go to search and I'll type in the letter A and just leave it at that and leave everything load up. And I'll just check out all the movies that have A in the title. So you get a lot more search results if you do it that way, although they're not categorized into genres. I believe that's a lot easier. That way is a lot easier to find stuff that you haven't seen before if you just type in letter A, delete A, type in the letter B, and so on and so on. So yeah, Netflix, you spend like a couple of hours watching shit. You should know how much time people spend on Netflix. If someone is watching Netflix half of the day, every day for fucking the last few years, and they can't find anything in 2 hours to watch, then do you think that option that you have, let us choose something for you, do you think that you're going to be able to fucking find something for me to watch? Even though I've been searching through your fucking entire library for the last 2 hours? The answer is absolutely fucking not. That is the most stupidest and pointless fucking thing you've ever put on Netflix. So sort that out. Right, that's it. That is my rant over. That is all I want to say about the pros and cons of Netflix. Yeah, I'm going to watch Netflix now, I guess. That's the irony of it all, ain't it? Like, So, thanks everybody for listening, and let me know what you think in the comments below. If you do agree with me here, or if you don't agree with me, I'd still like to hear from you. And thank you very much, everybody, for listening to this rant about fucking Netflix. And I will say again, I miss working in fucking video stores. I miss buying physical copies. I miss having interaction with customers. I miss being a customer. And I miss all those fucking beautiful DVD extras or Blu-ray extras that we got in DVDs and actual physical copies of TV shows and movies. But anyway, guys, that is me done for this rant, and I hope you liked it. I hope it made you laugh a little bit, and because these points are all very fucking valid to me. And thank you very much, everybody, and bye bye. And if you enjoy this video, then please hit the like and the subscribe button and the notification bell so you will get informed every time that we upload a new video. Bye.